You've probably heard about the world of decentralized finance, or DeFi. It feels like it's moving at 1,000 miles an hour. It's kind of like a new Wild West, a whole new financial system being built right out in the open. It's exciting, it's definitely a little chaotic, and it's making us rethink everything we know about money.
And look, don't think for a second this is just some niche thing for tech nerds. When the CEO of BlackRock, yeah, one of the biggest investment firms on the planet, says this is the next generation for markets, you know something huge is happening. The big players, they're not just watching from the sidelines, they are taking it very, very seriously. But here's the thing. What if this shiny new system isn't quite perfect? What if, buried deep inside all that complex code and all those lightning fast trades, there are secret money glitches? You know, tiny split-second chances to make a risk-free profit, just hiding there in plain sight for anyone or anything fast enough to grab them. That's exactly what we're going to dive into. So, to find these glitches, first we got to understand the wild environment where they actually live. So, the playground for all of this is something called a decentralized exchange, or a DEX for short. Think of it like an automated 24/7 farmers market for crypto. There's no one in charge, no company pulling the strings. It all just runs on code, these things called smart contracts, and it lets anyone trade directly with anyone else. It's a radically open idea. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Unlike the stock market, there's no big central list of buy and sell orders. On a DEX, the price of a crypto is set automatically by a math formula, balancing out the tokens in what's called a liquidity pool. It's like a constant digital balancing act. But since there are thousands of these separate pools all doing their own thing, for a split second, their prices can drift apart. And that tiny little drift, that's the glitch we're hunting for. A tiny price difference here and there, who cares, right? Well, when you add all those tiny glitches up across this massive market, you're suddenly staring at a $1 billion puzzle. The fancy word for this is arbitrage, and it's one of the oldest tricks in the book. Just imagine two soda machines right next to each other. The first one sells you a can for $1. The second one, for whatever weird reason, is set up to buy a can from you for $1.05. You could just stand there all day, buying from the first and selling to the second, making a guaranteed, risk-free nickel every single time. That's arbitrage in a nutshell. And we're not talking about nickels here. This is real money. If we look at the actual data from the Ethereum network, in just one 30-day period, traders doing this stuff scooped up over $3 million in pure profit. $3 million, all from these tiny little price gaps. The money is definitely real. So if the money's just sitting there, why isn't everyone grabbing it? Well, because trying to do this as a human is frankly insane. These opportunities, these glitches, they exist for just milliseconds, and they're scattered across thousands of different cryptocurrencies on hundreds of different exchanges. Trying to spot one in time is like trying to catch a specific raindrop during a hurricane. It's just pretty much impossible. But what if you didn't have to catch the raindrop? What if you could see the entire storm all at once? That's the fresh perspective a group of researchers took, and it's what brings us to our next idea, mapping the market. These researchers asked this really brilliant question. They said, okay, forget trying to watch thousands of flashing price tickers. What if we could zoom out and see the entire market all at once as a giant interconnected map? Okay, so imagine the entire crypto market is a huge subway map. Each token, like USDT or WETH, is just a station. The exchange rate between them, that's the track connecting the stations. A normal trade is just a simple trip from one station to another. But arbitrage? That's when you find a secret route, a special loop, like the one you see here, where you can start at one station, take a few trades, and somehow end up right back where you started, but with more money in your pocket. The whole game is just about finding these profitable loops. Of course, even with a map, finding these loops in real time is way too hard for a person. You need a special kind of detective, an AI detective. And this is the brain they used. It's called a graph neural network, or GNN. Now, don't worry about the name. All you need to know is that this is a special kind of AI. It's not built to just look at data points. It's built to understand the relationships between them. It's the perfect tool for reading our entire market subway map at a single glance and spotting those hidden, profitable routes that are totally invisible to us. So how do you teach an AI to be a financial detective? Well, you show it the evidence. The researchers fed this GNN a massive amount of old market data. It was like showing a detective thousands and thousands of old case files. And over time, the AI started to learn. It began to recognize the subtle patterns, the almost invisible clues on the map that scream, hey, a profitable glitch is about to open up right here.
And did it work? Oh, yeah, it absolutely worked. After all that training, the researchers tested their AI detective. They found it could predict when one of these profitable arbitrage opportunities would appear with over 71% accuracy. I mean, think about it. A random guess is a 50-50 coin flip. This was way, way better than just chance. The AI could actually see the glitches coming. Okay, so an AI can find hidden profits in crypto. That's pretty cool. But what does this all actually mean? Let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. So let's just pull this all together. What have we learned? First, these new DeFi markets are just incredibly vast and complicated. Second, inside all that complexity, there are hidden inefficiencies, or glitches, that create very real profit opportunities. And third, and this is the real game changer, AI, like these GNNs, can see and understand this complexity in a way our human brains just can't. So really, this isn't just about a clever trading strategy. It's a blueprint for building smarter, faster, and way more efficient financial markets for everybody. And that leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? We have just seen an AI learn to master the hidden glitches in our current financial world. It just makes you wonder, as this technology gets even more powerful, what completely new and even more complex financial puzzles will it help us solve tomorrow? Thanks for joining this explainer.